In this session, we have a Department of Municipalities and Transport, in short, DMT, to be sharing with us on their challenge statements. Our first speaker is His Excellency Salim Sultan El Mamari, the Executive Director of Municipal Services. His Excellency plays a key role in the transformation and digitalization of municipal services in the past few years. His Excellency will be sharing with us DMT's challenge statement on utilizing smart light posts for resident engagement and data capturing. He will also be sharing with us the motivation behind the challenge statement, as well as the technicalities and desired outcomes. During the sharing, please do note that all attendees will be muted throughout the session. Should you have any questions during the presentation, please type them into the Q&A panel, which can be found at the bottom of the Zoom window. We'll bring up the questions after the briefing. I would now like to pass the time over to His Excellency. Your Excellency, please.
In this session, we'll be going through a Smart City Innovation Call, and we'll follow this agenda. The Department of Municipalities and Transport was established by Law Number 30 of 2019. The Department of Municipalities and Transport is the entity responsible for managing the urban planning, transport, and the 3 regional municipalities in the Emirate of Abu Dhabi and United Arab Emirates. DMT is responsible for supporting the growth and urban development of Abu Dhabi Emirate. The DMT guides, regulates, and monitors urban development activities. The expert authority of DMT improves municipal work to provide comprehensive services and creates higher living standards for residents through the supervision and management of the municipalities. The DMT ensures the highest standard of safety, security, sustainability, and technological development of land, air, and maritime transport network for the Emirates, in line with the highest international standards and UAE legislations. One of the DMT top priorities is to fulfill the vision of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates and the ruler of Abu Dhabi, which draws on the vision of our UAE founding father, the late Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. Standard marketing banners attached to light pole challenge. The road light poles in Abu Dhabi city are currently used for attaching standard marketing banners displaying static graphics and text advertisements. The change of these displays is carried out manually through a time-consuming process which requires no objection certificates from the traffic department, manpower, trucks, disturbance of traffic, and may cause traffic accidents. DMT is seeking for an innovative solution to transform these existing standard marketing banners to a smart screens for the purpose of advertisement. In addition, the solution might be used as an infrastructure for other smart applications, such as collection of data for weather, parking, pedestrians, etc., monitoring traffic, and all this is for the benefits of roads users specifically and the public in general. Extra requirement of the solution. The solution may consist of the features below, but not limited to: sustainable power, double-sided screen to display advertisements, smart sensor with application to capture traffic, roadside parking, temperature, wind, and humidity, as well as pedestrian and cyclist. Taking into account the public safety, the proposal should include details on cost and time requirements. The project will go through 3 phases. Phase 1 will be development of potential solution. Phase 2 will be selection of the most favorable solution based on financial feasibility study. Phase 3, prototyping and test bed within a year at one of the Abu Dhabi streets.
Thank you, His Excellency, for the insightful sharing. I would now like to invite our next presenter, Ms. Salama Darwish Al-Dahiri, Section Head of IT Planning, to share with us DMT's second challenge statement on seeking solutions from sustainable energy sources to power up recreational facilities. Ms. Salama has a wealth of experience in digital transformation and service modernization with multiple integration platforms. She's also the co-founder and board member of AI and Municipality AI Lab. Ms. Salama, please.
Hello everyone, my name is Salama Al-Dahri from the Department of Municipalities and Transport. I lead the Technology Planning section at the IT department. As you know from the introductory, Department of Municipalities are responsible for urban planning and transport sectors across Abu Dhabi Emirates. And now they want to develop and operate city public recreational facilities like playgrounds, beaches and parks across the city, and they want to ensure that we are deploying a sustainable solution at these facilities. So DMT now is looking for an innovative, sustainable solution to supply a renewables power to these facilities that should be integrated with Abu Dhabi Smart Grid, which is under Abu Dhabi Distribution Company. And for your proposal to this challenge, it should ensure the aesthetics of the nature environment in Abu Dhabi. Also, the size of the energy should be determined by the project size and economic feasibility study. So for the requirement, you should achieve the functional requirement, the functional objectives, and integrate with the overall design with these recreational facilities. In the case of beaches, you should consider the corrosive nature of the sea, like the sea fog, the seawater. The selected solution will be test bedded at one of the selected park or playgrounds, which are managed by Abu Dhabi municipality or other municipalities in the Emirates. For the time frame, the whole process will consist of 3 phases. The first phase will be about developing your solution. The second phase will be about selecting the most favorable solution based on financial feasibility study. The last phase will be your solution have a prototype test bedded within a year in one of Abu Dhabi recreational facilities. That's all. Thank you for your listening. Thank you for your interest in this challenge and this opportunity. Also, I would like to thank the work group on top of this program. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.
Thank you, His Excellency and Ms. Salama for the detailed presentation. I would now like to invite the representatives from DMT back on screen for the Q&A segment.
Hello, Hello, good afternoon. This is Jamal El Zarif, the technical advisor of the Abu Dhabi Municipality, the infrastructure sectors, and I'll be happy to answer your questions.
Good morning, everyone. This is Zaid Hosseini from Department of Municipalities and Transport. I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Salama Al-Dahri, the IT section head of the IT department in the IT department, Municipality of Al Ain, part of Department of Municipalities. Happy to answer your questions.
Sure. So we have a few questions lined up. The first one being, what are the electrical energy requirements to supply electric power to the recreational facilities?
Actually, this depends. This is something to be proposed by the company based on its technical study that should be proposed for the proposed sites. We selected the Corniche area in Abu Dhabi city to, to implement this project, the pilot project. So the size, I think, should be big enough to justify it economically. So this is based on their study, they will propose the size of the project.
Thank you, Dr. Jamal. And we have a second question, which is for each of the challenge statement, will DMT be selecting more than one providers to run the multiple pilots?
It depends. If we have interesting, interesting proposals, let's say received from two companies, we might, say that, okay, we invite both to implement their pilot projects. So there is, nothing to just limit it to only one company.
Sure, got it. Thank you. We've got another question. This is to do with the sustainable energy solution. Does DMT currently deploy any sustainable energy solution? And if yes, what they are?
There is no sustainable or renewable energy solution implemented for the public realm facilities in Abu Dhabi, actually. The municipality already, long time ago, conducted, solar panel pilot project for a couple of its own buildings. And we evaluated these projects. The size was not big. It was like more than 100 kilowatt peak. And I believe, and since that time, the technology has improved a lot, and we expect much better, outcome, especially if you have a larger scale of projects. So also, when it comes to renewable, it's not limited to solar. The company might propose, for example, wind energy, especially, the location is as the close to the sea. So it depends on the study that the company might propose. Thank you.
Dr. Jamal, I want to add that the proposal should take into consideration the facilities. So it should take the nature of the facilities. This is very important for us.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Jamal. Thank you, Zaid. We have another question. This is to do with the timeline. So what is the timeline to submit the project?
Timeline to submit the project, you mean in the field or to submit the proposal?
For
the proposal, I think it's Dr.
29th
yes.
of July for the proposal.
Yes.
Right, but in terms of the POC, what is the timeline that we are looking at?
No, the POC, usually we maximum we evaluated as and monitor the performance for 1 full year, because we need to see the performance of the system during the various seasons, especially when we have the summer period with very high temperature, and also during, for example, when we have like maybe windy or rainy periods of the in the winter season. So maximum it will be 1 full year monitoring period.
I see. Thank you. And in terms of the cost for the prototype and test bed, would it be on a co-sharing basis, or how would the cost element be considered for this project?
I think the company will have an agreement about the cost. Who is going to bear the cost? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think this question maybe we can send it to us by email and we will answer later, because this is not it's a challenge between in cooperation with Enterprise Singapore and our. So I think maybe you can send us the question and we'll answer it later on by email.
Sure, thank you. We have another question. Is DMT willing to consider to invest or support project of an eco-green, self-sustained and integrated real estate tower? The tower is able to generate renewable energy and drinking water by itself.
This is not under the DMT jurisdiction or mandate. This is the Department of Energy mandate. So they can propose it to the DOE, Department of Energy.
Sure.
Yeah.
For the recreational facilities, I understand that the trial run period is a year before the larger scale is deployed, but is there any potential that the review can be done earlier? Or will the trial have to be fixed for a year?
Again, I didn't answer. What was the question?
So regarding the recreational facilities, I understand that earlier on we mentioned the trial is a year before
Okay.
the larger scale can be deployed, but would the team consider reviewing it to so-called shorten the trial period?
No worries. If they can propose a shorter solution timeline, we can accept it. It all depends on the proposed solution itself and how do we evaluate it. But at least we need 1 year to evaluate the outcome of their proposed solution. This is what Dr. Jamal have mentioned just now.
Got it. Thank you. The other question is on, okay, is DMT seeking purely technical solutions, or would you consider consortiums that combine expertise in both technology and human-centered design to research and explore citizens' needs, particularly in the recreational area?
I think the main goal of this challenge is to provide the technical solution. It's not about consultancy or any other solutions. So we are looking for innovation solutions. We are looking for a product, not consultancy.
I see. Which I think, I mean, I might have miscommunicate this part. We mean consortiums. This means it's more like a group of companies coming together to offer
okay.
the expertise, right?
It's okay, it's fine. It all depends. You know, there are some questions we cannot answer now because this is a big challenge, and we need to at least get the feedback from Enterprise Singapore as well. Got it.
Thank you. And earlier on, Dr. Jamal mentioned about the wind energy. So one of our participants would like to understand if it's a tidal energy, if tidal energy startup will also qualify.
Yeah, why not? Any solution, any renewable energy solution that prove itself feasible economically and technically, it's acceptable. We have no objection.
Great, thank you. And we have maybe just one last question. In terms of the POC, so if there is a case of a successful POC, then we spoke about the larger scale deployment. So would there be a tender for the large scale deployment, or after the successful POC, what's next?
No, because once the project is proved itself feasible economically, feasibly, financially, and technically, we're going to have an agreement with the company. It's going to be like a PPP project. It's a partnership project between the government agency and the company, the successful company. So it will not be a public tender, of course.
Okay. Perhaps just one last question. This has to do with the smart street lighting. Does DMT actually have a preferred dimension requirement for the digital display?
This will be provided later, I think. Dr. Jamal?
Technically, we cannot now define the dimensions because dimensions of any panel depends on the location of the panel, the height, even the road class because of the speed. So this depends on the design parameters. So there is no specific dimension. Like the traffic signs, you can see traffic signs of small size or big size, depends on where it is, located, or in terms of the street, whether it's in the middle or on the side, the height is low, or So it depends.
Okay, thank you again, Dr. Jamal. Right now, okay, but just sorry. My apologies because the questions are coming in intermittently. Just a few more. If any information is required regarding the street lighting, can we get this information from DMT? For example, building electrical drawings, etc. It's more so for the reference.
Of course.
Would DMT be able to provide?
We're ready to provide any information required for their design and proposal.
Great, thank you. Thank you so much for the team at DMT for helping with all our questions.
Good luck for everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And if you still have any further questions, please do put them within our Q&A feature. If not, we will also assist to answer all these questions and post them on our challenge portal.